Yo, 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 we do, baby. Tonight we'll be watching 3 scary true Christmas horror stories. If you know me, I don't really get scared for real, so I mean, we're gonna see if this scary or not. I don't think it's gonna be scary. You know, that's just me. God! I ain't get scared. You just come on guard, cause yeah. Just come on guard.
This happened last year when I was a senior in college. At that time, I was dating this guy named Daryl. Between the spring and fall semesters, I would usually go home and visit with my parents for a few days during Christmas time. But that year, they were traveling out of state, and I didn't want to go all the way out there. So Daryl invited me to come home with him when he visited his home, which I ended up doing. Daryl's parents lived way out in the countryside, which I'd never really been to before. When we finally got to the house, I remember seeing this little cottage surrounded by nothing but banks of snow, all in this large field of nothingness. There wasn't much around, which I figured as it was a cottage area. Daryl's parents eventually came out to meet us. As soon as they saw me, their smiles disappeared into blank looks of disappointment.
Bro, why making this face? Like, he looks shocked. He looks shocked. But her, the mom, I don't know, man. She just.
At that moment, I realized Daryl had probably not shown them.
I can't get the words out. My stutter,
and
man.
Since my name didn't give it away, they were probably quite shocked to find out we were in a.
I spoke too soon. The mom is pissed off. This mom is evil. She's evil.
Couple. I tried not to let
She
them
evil.
to me so I could make a good impression, hoping that with time they would be more accepting. On the surface, everything was fine. It was a nice, cozy Christmas Eve, and Daryl's parents made dinner for us. We started chatting at the table, trying to get to know each other. However, I couldn't shake the feeling that they looked down on me like I had no business being with their son.
Hey, you mind cleaning up and doing dishes?
Wait, what?
What? Hold on. Did he just ask to clean dishes? Oh,
You're
nah,
a guest
bro.
in this house, aren't you? House rules.
If I'm a guest at your house and you tell me to clean your dick, I'm wearing a purple button right now, but I'm not soft. You hear me? I'm hard. Alright, I'm not soft. I'm hard, alright? I'm not.
I guess I just need to use the bathroom first.
If you must, just remember to flush twice.
I kept looking at
What does that mean? Flush twice. What is that? What is that supposed to
Daryl to see if he would stand up for me like he would anybody else treating me that way. But in this case, he kept backing down to his parents. He repeatedly tried to smooth things over when talking to me, but things kept stacking up. That evening, they made me sleep in the guest room separate from Daryl. They said it was immoral for an unmarried couple to sleep together in the same room. I don't know why, but I could just tell by the way they said it that they were trying to get under my skin or something. When I started getting ready for bed, I noticed that the doors in the house had no locks except for the front door. That meant there were no locks to the bedrooms or bathrooms. I considered blocking my bedroom door with something, but then I decided not to on the chance that Daryl might sneak into my room. I turned off the lamp and went to sleep, but I couldn't sleep as my mind was racing the entire time. I just couldn't wrap my head around why Daryl's parents were being such assholes to me. I really contemplated on
You wondered that? I think they're racist. Hey, call it what you want, man. I think they racist just straight up like that, bro. Because, nah, bro, come on, man.
but decided to just get some shut-eye
Oh,
and hope
no.
tomorrow gets better. Later in the night, I heard footsteps outside my door. Someone was clearly awake, but I had no idea who it was. Since the room was pitch black and I was sleeping alone, my hearing was at its height. I could tell that whoever was walking had stopped outside my door. For a moment, my heart fluttered as I expected Daryl to open the door and come in or something, but nothing happened. It was as if whoever was there was just standing outside the door. There were slits on the bedroom doors, so it was possible someone was walking.
Imagine just being asleep one day, right? You wake up, you hear some footsteps. You get up to see what it is, and you just look between the crack in the wall, and you see a man. Whoever, this could be the husband, the wife. It could be anybody. Just staring at you while you, bro.
Watching me.
Bro.
It was too dark to tell, so I tried to ignore it and get some sleep. The next day, Christmas Day, was no better. It was actually worse. I was sitting on the toilet in the morning when all of a sudden, Daryl's dad accidentally bursted in.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to. Didn't think anyone was in here.
Can you
He accidentally busted in the bathroom. He accidentally did that. Let me guess. He gonna accidentally just bust into something? Never mind.
please close the door?
Just don't forget to flush twice.
What does
At
that
first,
mean?
I thought the whole flush twice thing was a crude joke. But no, they were listening in on me to make sure I actually did it. This
Bro, what is up with the mom? Why? She looks so hurt, but bro, the mom, bro.
a crude joke.
Bro.
But no, they were listening in on me to make sure I actually did it. This whole visit was just weird as hell. I couldn't wait for my stay to end so I could get the hell out of there. An hour or so after bedtime, I heard the sound of creeping footsteps outside my door again. It seemed like the footsteps had once again stopped in front of my door. I had to make sure someone wasn't actually out there spying on me, so I got up to check. I slowly approached the door, scared out of my mind. When I finally opened the door, I saw Daryl's dad standing right in front of me, completely naked. I slammed the door screaming and put my weight against it to keep it shut. A few moments later, Daryl came to check on me, so I opened it for him. Daryl justified his dad's behavior by telling me it was okay because his dad sleepwalks, but I didn't buy it.
That man was not
So I
sleepwalking.
called my mom and begged her to pick me up, mainly because Daryl refused to leave his parents before he was supposed to. Needless to say, I broke up with him shortly after that. I had a
Yeah.
hard time letting it go, though. He called and texted me over and over again until I had to block him on everything and ghost him, only for him to show up at my door a few times, begging to get back together with me. I threatened to file a restraining order against him, which was thankfully enough for him to stop messaging me. It just goes to show I probably dodged a bullet with that guy.
Loki
This
did.
story was inspired by a horrific Christmas incident submitted by a viewer who claimed she was terrorized by her ex's family during her stay.
Hold on now. I didn't get scared. I had a little twitch moment. I didn't get scared, right? A twitch is not getting scared, all right? It's just called being cautious. But bro, what the actual freak is this, bro? This look like some kind of this is like Squidward as Santa Claus, bro. What, bro? Who? This is real too. Who made this? Who? Why? This is that's crazy, bro. That's
break
some.
up with her boyfriend.
I don't know, man.
Some of those terrifying things she experienced was all portrayed in the animation. She claims the incident happened during the Christmas of last year. The viewer also includes a photograph of the alleged house she claims she quote-unquote escaped from. The viewer concludes the email by saying that her ex still tries contacting her to this day despite her ghosting him since the occurrence.
That ain't weird, bro. That whole family is just weird, bro. That's like, bro, why? So this is the second story. Oh my, bro. Okay, the creepiest Santa. Yeah, I see it.
This is downright one of the creepiest incidents that has ever happened to me. It happened around Christmas, and I get it. Everyone loves Christmas. It's supposed to be the most joyful time of the year or whatever. I used to love it too, until what happened. Now I'm lucky if I can make it through that time of year without having nightmares. It all happened a couple of years ago when I was in high school, and it was the last day of school before winter break. Most of my friends were skipping school that day to go out and have some big snowball fight in the park. I wanted to skip class too, but I didn't want to get in trouble. My parents were very strict. I dreaded going to school that day though, because I had to walk there. It wasn't the farthest walk, so it didn't make much sense for me to take the school bus. It was still at least a 5-minute walk though, and it was freezing outside at that time of year. My parents couldn't drive me to school because our family only owned one car, and my mom had to take it to work early every morning. My dad didn't have the option to drive me even if he wanted to, so I got ready for class that day and reluctantly started to walk to school. It was early, so the sun hadn't fully risen yet. It was still a bit dark outside, which of course only made it colder. Plus, it was snowing that day. We had been having a bit of a blizzard. The streets were completely empty as I walked down them. All I could think about was how pointless the last day of school was going to be. That's when I saw a man dressed as Santa. How pointless the last day of school was going to be.
What kind of player build is this, bro? Nah, what is this, bro? This dude is like, he's taller than the building. I mean, probably just the angle, but bro, dude like Goliath, ain't it? 8'5", about a cool little 720. $750 because of the coat in the back, bro.
That's when I saw
red
him
eyes?
dressed as Santa standing ahead of me.
That's the devil.
He was an older guy with a beard, and he had the red suit and everything. He was holding a large bag of candy. I thought it was pretty strange that he would be outside, sort of. Especially...
Look at his teeth. Look at his nose. Just look at him.
Since it was snowing and cold. But I figured there were a lot of Christmas crazies out there, so I continued to walk towards him. As I got closer, his face started to creep me out. He definitely didn't look like he should be wearing a Santa costume. I couldn't fully say what it was. He just looked freaky and off. I didn't want to have to walk past him, but I couldn't really cross the street because cars were coming here and there. It looked like the other side of the sidewalk was piled with snow anyway. I was stuck where I was. I decided to continue walking and just mind my own business. When I got closer to the guy, I tried to just keep my head down and walk around him. I was almost past him when he suddenly held out the bag of candy and said,
Would you like a piece of candy?
No, I don't. I don't. No, bro. No. If I'm this girl, I'm going home, bro. I'm not going near this dude. I'm not, bro. I'm turning around. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going bro. Bro, why the candy is so big? What is that? The candy is the size of his palm. Come on, bro.
I gestured with my hands
No,
politely
bro.
declining his offer. Then I continued walking away as fast
I'm
as
going
I could.
home.
I didn't know why, but something about this Santa guy made me feel very uneasy. I was happy to be away from him, but as I walked, I began to hear footsteps behind me. I didn't want to turn around because I was scared as hell. I picked up the pace and tried to
Run,
speed,
bro. Run. I'll run.
but the footsteps behind me got
Nah,
faster
forget
as well.
speed. I'm
I
running.
was
I'm
shitting
gone.
bricks. I was 95% sure that it had to be Santa following me.
Do you want to play?
Oh, we gotta add. I'm so
Listen,
sorry. We gotta
I'm
add.
Tom
We're gonna
Shelton,
skip
the
it in
head coach
3, 2,
at IMG
1,
Academy.
and we
First
got
up-
a video skip.
I didn't know what to do. Part of me just wanted to take off running, but I didn't know if that would just set him off. There
So,
didn't seem to be
run.
any good options. I hoped and prayed for a car to drive by at that moment. But of course, the roads were completely deserted. There was no one around to see what would happen. It was a scary, horrifying feeling knowing that whoever was behind me could literally attack me without any bystanders getting in the way. At this point, I deeply regretted not skipping school like everyone else. My heart was pounding in my chest, but I tried to appear calm. I didn't want him to know that I was on to him. I thought that if I could just get to school, then I would be safe. The whole time, I kept hearing footsteps behind me. They didn't pause for a moment. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to know if it was him. I nervously turned my head to look behind me. And that's when I saw the same Santa standing right behind me, smiling like a creep.
You should have taken the candy.
The man then charged at me with full force. I tried,
Yo!
He was too quick. He grabbed me with both arms and lifted me in the air, trying to drag me away. I kicked and screamed as loud as I could, but he was too strong.
Naughty girls don't get candy. Just be a good girl so I can put you on the nice list.
Finally, I was somehow able to break loose and started running to the school. I sprinted as hard as I could, but I could still hear the Santa's footsteps behind me. I don't know how I managed, but I made it to school without him grabbing a hold of me again. I burst through the front doors and alerted the secretary of the front office. The school eventually called the cops. The police later found the guy in a bus. He was still wearing the same Santa costume. He was arrested shortly after. The cops never found out why he targeted me, but they suspected that he'd been watching me for a while to learn my route to school. I was completely
What?
traumatized. My parents have since made me take the bus to school every day. They're too afraid that the man will return. It's hard for me to even see a guy in a Santa costume anymore without picturing that man's face. I'm just scared as hell of being attacked again.
Listen, what she did wrong was just going towards him, bro. I don't care how strict your parents are, bro. Bro, if you see a man in a Santa costume looking the way he did, bro, go home. Go the other direction. I don't even care, bro. Just go the other way. Hey, man.
The story was inspired by a horrifying
Oh, stop
incident
showing
regarding
this
an
creepy
attempted
Santa
kidnapping that
Claus.
occurred in 2009 in Parma,
Hey.
Ohio. The culprit was a 46-year-old man named Anthony Russo, who was dressed up in a red Santa Claus suit and carrying a box of candy canes and a unicycle decorated with bows, bells, and a Santa gift bag. He jumped out of some bushes and began following a young female teen, whom he tried to grab several times. The girl got away and called police from a nearby convenience store. Russo was later found on a Cleveland bus, still in full costume, and immediately arrested. He was jailed and charged accordingly.
Just sick, man. You just sick, bro. Like, why? Why? The real Grinch creep.
I'm the manager of a thrift store in my...
Bro, what is this animation, bro? This is scary. That's scary. Dad, look at his nose. Bro, nose is like 8 foot, bro. Bro got an 8-foot nose, bro.
Town's biggest shopping
That's crazy.
district. I go the extra mile
I
for
know
my
it's big and
stores.
all.
I hope
Damn,
to
it's a
own it
long
one day
nose.
when the current owner retires and sells it. There are a couple big chain franchises.
Look
and a
at his
few locally owned
nose. What's
stores,
up?
So the market is very crowded. Unfortunately, business has been very slow for a while, and we've even experimented with later closing times to compete for business, even during the holidays. My shifts seemed to drag on forever out of boredom as barely anyone was shopping there. But we struggle a lot with competition with similar stores in the area. I never would have expected 5 years ago when I started this job just how cutthroat the other thrift store owners would be. During the last holiday season, I decided to invest in some nice decorations for outside the store to draw in more customers. It seemed to be working. Business started picking up, and revenue from November and Black Friday doubled compared to the previous year.
Okay,
I
that's
was
good.
very excited about it. Then, a week or two into December, I was working on things around the store about an hour from closing time when I saw a man outside dressed as the Grinch. He was standing right up against the glass just a few feet from the door, but when it slid open for a customer to come in, he didn't follow. He didn't even move. All he did was stare directly at me.
Call the police. Call the police. You, bro, look. This is not a man in a costume. This is actually the Grinch. Look at all, you see all these teeth? This ain't no mask. That is the Grinch itself.
I got creeped out, but I tried
Call
to
the
play it off as
police.
some kind of joke. I went about my business, and later, when I went to turn off the open sign, I saw him still standing there in the exact same spot. By then,
Bro,
he started
he's
twitching like he was
Oh
on
nah,
crack or
bro.
had
Call the
frostbite or
police. This man is
something.
he's
The guy
tweaking.
had
He's
this
tweaking
huge,
out.
creepy smile on his face. I was petrified. He'd been standing out there staring at me the whole time. I started freaking out when I realized I was alone with him.
If y'all hear someone in the background, that's my little brother. So I'm sorry about y'all. Yeah.
I had sent my last worker home 20 minutes earlier. I couldn't think of any reason for this guy to be out there. If it was some kind of joke, he would have moved on long ago. If he was a tweaker, I don't think he could have stayed still for that long. All I could think was that he was some kind of freak with ill intentions.
Nah, that is definitely a freak. That is definitely a freak.
I tried to ignore him and went around to do all the closing tasks, which didn't take long. And when I came back to the door, the Grinch was still there. I was absolutely dreading going out there with him. I was worried he was going to try to get into the store and rob the place, but I really had no option as I had to lock the front door before leaving. Going against my gut instincts, I stepped outside to close up, trying to make small talk with him.
Hey, aren't you cold? You've been out here a while.
The Grinch didn't budge. He stayed totally quiet and just kept smiling and staring at me.
Bro, call the police, bro. Like, why are you just sitting right here just trying to talk to him, bro? It's not even him. It's this creature. Why are you engaging with this creature? Because of your job. Man, fuck that job, man. Call the police.
You're pretty committed, aren't you? My customers must have thought you were part of the decorations.
We got that. I'm so sorry. Hold up, we going I'm gonna edit this all out. Don't worry, I'm gonna edit this all out. I'm gonna edit this all out, and we skipped it.
Have a good night, okay?
I was ready to start walking home, but I wasn't about to take my eyes off the guy until I got a good distance away from him. So I walked backwards and kept eye contact. As I walked, I thought about calling the cops, but the only
You thought about it, but why you didn't?
crime he could be committing was loitering, and I hated the thought of someone getting in trouble during the Christmas holiday, so I left it alone. Then, just as I was turning around, he started sprinting straight at me. Ah! I shouted for help and started running away, but he caught up and tackled me to the ground.
Dang!
He opened his mouth and actually tried biting me.
You freak! Get off! No! No! Ah! Ah! Ah!
I'm a mean one.
He
And
deserved
I'm
it.
coming to rip your head off and make it a Christmas ornament.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, he deserved that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he deserved that, bro. You had a good while to call the police, bro. Tell my son, I didn't want no one to get in trouble for the holidays. Oh, the only thing you can get charged with is bro. It doesn't matter, bro. Protect yourself, bro. Like,
Somebody help me! Police! Santa! Anyone!
did he just call on Santa Claus to come help?
Help me!
I then used all my adrenaline to kick him off me and run away.
I eventually made it home and called the police. A while later, I was told to make my way back to the store for a statement. I didn't want to risk getting caught out in the open and attacked again, so I took an Uber. When I arrived, there was no sign of the Grinch. However, my stomach dropped when I saw what he had done to my store. The glass doors were shattered, and all the decorations were either missing or destroyed. We checked the cameras and saw all of it, all the destruction and malice. Since then, the police and a group of local volunteers have made the case public. Images of the man in the Grinch suit have been posted online to see if anybody can identify the person responsible. But unfortunately, the costume hindered any results. However, I've since had my suspicions that it was one of the other thrift store owners in the area. Any extra business we get is business taken from them. So I think one of them wanted to take a bite out of me for taking a bite out of their profits. I've continued to put out decorations for every holiday since, but I've been too afraid to go all out like I did the first time. As the holidays approach, I'm even more anxious that something like what happened last year will happen all over again. The story was inspired by a weird
Bruh. Nah, bro.
creepy incident that happened around December 11th of 2023. The Lafayette, Louisiana
Oh, this is recent. This is last. Oh, heck no,
Police
man.
Department are turning to the community
Bro.
for assistance and apprehending a suspect who seems to have taken a page out of a classic Christmas story. The individual in question committed the unusual act of theft while dressed as the iconic character the Grinch. The suspect entered a business at 1118 Coolidge Street. The perpetrator, dressed in a costume resembling the Grinch, a character known for stealing Christmas, poetically lived up to this fictional persona by taking Christmas decorations from the front of a business. The value of the stolen goods is estimated at $70. This theft, though relatively small in monetary value, has struck a nerve in the community, especially during a season that symbolizes goodwill and kindness. Although the jokes write themselves here, the Lafayette Police Department is treating this case very seriously and is urging anyone with information about the identity of the suspect to come forward.
That was all, guys. Out of all three of these video stories, whatever, the most craziest one is definitely the Santa Claus one. That's pretty crazy. The second one, that's pretty crazy, bro. Cause bro, that could have, bro. Honestly, every single one of these stories could have been prevented. The girl, she could have been after she felt unease, she arrived to her boyfriend's parents' house, and she seen how they was looking at her. She could have just been hey, I don't want to do this no more, I'm just go home, whatever. The Santa Claus one, hey bro, it was so simple. Just go back home, right? Just go home. And the third one, call the police. He gonna call dang Santa Claus. Santa Claus, somebody help me. Bro. Yeah, man, I don't know. But I ain't get scared though. I ain't get scared none of these. It was not crazy. If you got scared, hey, just leave a like. Leave a like. Subscribe. As always, God bless. Oh, and also, Merry Christmas, because tomorrow is Christmas. So, hope you have an amazing Christmas. I love you. Now, God bless. Always.